Welcome to the Bigger Flip Show. My name is Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping houses, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So, interesting story going on now. I have a property that I'm finishing up the rehab on, and it had gas meter in the basement, so I assumed I could just call National Grid and get gas. When I called them, they said that it had been vacant for so long and that the gas was shut off. So, this is a long time ago. And when it got cold, I needed heat, right? Because the stuff inside that was being done had to dry. So my first thought was, and I have a new boiler in there, and my first thought was that I'm going to call the large propane companies. I think the biggest one is Paraco. I've used them because there are parts of Long Island that have no gas, so people use propane. I called them up and they said, you can't do that in Nassau County without a permit, and we're not going to send you propane. So that was very discouraging. So first, I'm happy about the property. It's got gas in there. I think it's great. Then you go down the toilet when I find out I can't get gas. National Grid is taking 14 to 16 weeks to get. So I'm all upset. It's going to take me longer. Then I'm all excited. I figured out how to do propane. My plumber said he can get propane for it. And then I called the propane companies. They all tell me to drop dead. So up and down like a roller coaster ride. But then I spoke to a friend that I speak to every day in Richmond, Virginia. And he said, you should go to a company called Tractor Supply. It's all the way out in Calverton. And you can get pretty big propane tanks. And I go there, and luckily I had a pickup truck because you can only transport that stuff with a pickup truck. And I bring the very heavy propane tanks to the location, and my plumber hooked it up, and we have heat. So that's, we think when we look at entrepreneurs that these are guys who are just sitting there on a beach, just collecting checks and watching their bank balance grow. It's just not true, right? And I've accepted the fact that it's never going to be true, right? Even if you set up a business that runs mostly without you, key personnel will leave, right? I just had a great employee leave. Why? Because she got married and moved to another country. That's just the way it works, right? Nobody's fault. And so even if you have this business running, key personnel are going to leave. You're going to have to deal with it. And either you're going to have to fill in, or you're going to have to hire somebody new to replace them. That's just the way it works. But the entrepreneur's journey is up and down, roller coaster rides all the time. I've given several other stories of that, just situations where I thought I was going to make a lot of money, then I thought I was going to lose money, then I thought I was going to make money, then I thought I was going to break even, then I ended up making money. Things like that happen all the time. So this is a great example of how a real entrepreneur's day, thinking, process, projects go. It's up and it's down. You think things are great, and then you find out you have to do something that you didn't count on. You think things are terrible, and then you find the solution to it. You have to be relentless. So I wasn't going to give up. And I think there are a lot of people that would have said, oh, I have to wait 4 months to get heat here, which means I wouldn't be able to do things in the house. And I just was unwilling to accept that. And I was persistent, and we got heat in the house, and that's great. I'm going to have to replace those tanks of propane probably every week and a half. But to me, it's a much better option. I can show the house, right? I can finish the work and not wait for National Grid to get back to me in months. So I think it's important to think to understand that really there's a lot of ups and downs, and that you have to be persistent and not accept no when you need something. Thank you very, very much for watching.